Hey girls and boys, it's Mr. McAndrew, the math coach. You could probably say that by now. So another exciting math game we're going to play today. Not sure if you've done something like this yet in class, but follow me and we'll do it together, okay? So you are going to need this paper, roll and split from your math packet. Just like you did with over and under, I want you to tear it out of the math packet, okay? And here, do this. So remember how we put over and under in the dry erase? If you turn it around, you could slide this in like here so that you've got one on each side, okay? So that's what I'm going to do right now. All right, and again, sometimes it's a little bit I don't know, sometimes it sticks a little bit. You just kind of slide your hand in there with it. If you need help, maybe ask somebody at home. Okay, so I got that in there. Okay, so now here, I'll show you what I have. Sorry, where am I? I've got roll and split on this side, and I've got over and under on this side. But right now we're doing roll and split. So dry erase marker. Where'd my eraser go? It's over here somewhere. Here it is. Okay. So same as yesterday, you need your eraser, and actually these dice are fine, okay, for doing this. All right. So here's how it works. You watch me, okay? Right now, just watch me to see how it works. So I'm going to take the dice and I'm going to roll them. And I got a 7 and a 2. Okay, just to make it easier to show you how this works, I'm going to roll this 2 again to make it a little bit higher. And it's a 2 again. Okay, a 4, that's better. Okay, so I'm going to write down 7 times 4. All right, so the next thing you do is you're going to do 7 rows of 4. So 7 rows go this way, right? So we're going to do 7 rows of 4. I'm going to do it right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So I have a rectangle, that's the area model, that shows 7 rows of 4. 4 once, twice, 3 times 4, 5, 6, 7 times. Okay. So we've rolled and we've drawn our rectangle. Now what do? We split. Now this is the fun part. You can split this rectangle anywhere you want. Okay, so I could split it here, right? Or I could split it, you have to split it along a dotted line. Put it down here. Okay, I can really split it wherever I want. But you want to divide the rectangle into 2 different rectangles. So I'm going to split it right here. Okay? So now that I've done that, I'm going to write in here, what's this rectangle? I have 3 rows of 4. I'm going to write 3 times 4. And down here, I have 1, 2, 3. I have 4 rows of 4. Right? So I broke up the 7 rows of 4 into 3 rows of 4 and 4 rows of 4. Okay, now let's say that I had done it differently. So I have 7 times 4, it doesn't matter where you draw it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times 4. Okay, here's my big rectangle, 7 times 4. Maybe I split it way down here. Okay, so now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows of 4. And down here I just have 2 rows of 4. I could have done it that way too. You're all going to do it maybe a different way. Okay? So I have 5 rows of 4 and 2 rows of 4. So 7 rows of 4, right, can be broken up into 5 rows of 4 and 2 rows of 4. Okay. So let's do another one. And then I'm going to show you how to record it because there is a recording page, as always. All right, so I'm going to erase all that. I'm going to roll them again. All right, so I got 4 and 2. So that's going to be a small rectangle. Okay, so 4 rows of 2. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4 rows of 2. Okay, do I have 4 rows of 2? I have 2, 2, 2, and 2. Okay, so it's 4 rows of 2. So I'm going to divide this right in the middle. Okay, oh, I forgot to write it up here. So here I have 2 times 2, 2 rows of 4, and I have 2 rows of 2 here as well. So I broke my 4 rows of 2, my 4 rows of 2 into 2 rows of 2 and 2 rows of 2. Okay, I just drew a line somewhere across it and then figured out what the 2 smaller rectangles look like. Okay, so the way I would record this on my recording sheet is I would write 4 times 2, okay, equals 2 times 2, which I have here, which is 4, plus 2 times 2 again. There's a lot of 2's in this one, okay? So 2 times 2 plus 2 times 2 is going to give me the same as 4 times 2. Excuse me, let's do another one. I'm concerned that the recording sheet's a little confusing. Okay, I'm going to roll my dice. Let's not do 1. I want to do a bigger one to give you a better idea of it. Okay, 8 and 8. Let's say it's 8 and... We could do 8 and 8, right? Why not? Let's just do it. 8 and 8. Okay, so I rolled 8 and 8. Okay, so I got to do 8 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 8 across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, big rectangle. Okay, so if you were doing this, this is what you would do. Right now, you should just be watching me so you can learn, okay? Now, I could split this anywhere I want. I could split it here, or here, or here. I'm going to split it right here. Okay, I want you to split it going across. All right, every time. So now I have 2 smaller rectangles. So on my recording sheet, so far, I have 8 times 8, okay, equals what? We're going to break it up into 2 smaller rectangles. So let's take a look. I drew a line here. Now, how big is this rectangle? Okay, well, we know it's 8 across, but how many rows are there? There's 1. There's one. Here, I don't want to do that. That's going to make it confusing. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows of 8. So 5 times 8. And down here, there's 3 rows. 1, 2, 3 of 8. And it's 8 because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 going across every time. Okay? So do you see I have 5 rows of 8 and I have 3 rows of 8. So on my recording sheet, I have just showed that 8 rows of 8 is the same as 5 rows of 8 plus 3 more rows of 8. That kind of makes sense, right? Makes sense that that would work. Okay, in math, a lot of times you'll see parentheses around it like this. We don't need to do that right now, but a lot of times you'll see it look like that. Okay? All right, so that's how you play the game, boys and girls. If you roll a 1, I want you to do it again because you're not going to be able to split it very well. It gets confusing. So if you roll a 1, then roll it again. Okay? All right. I'm going to do one more just to show you, just to make sure. I have a 6, and I have a 9 and a 6. Okay. So if you still have questions, you can still watch the video. If you think you understand it, then get going, okay? On the recording sheet, you have 5 problems. Do it so you're going to do it 5 times, okay? So I'm going to show you one more time. I'm going to do 9 rows of 6. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Whew, just made it. 1, 2, 3. Okay, of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Yeah, if you roll a 10, it's not going to fit. So if you roll a 1 or a 10, just re-roll, okay? So I'm going to divide it somewhere. I'm going to split it. I'm going to split it way up here. Okay, so 9 rows of 6. Now I'm making it into 2 rows of 6. Okay, I have a row of 6 here and a row of 6 here. And down here I have 1 row of 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, do you see I have 7 rows of 6 there? I'm going to erase that so I can write it. So I have 7 rows of 6. So I took my 9 rows of 6 and I broke it up into 2 rows of 6 and 7 rows of 6. 2 plus 7 is 9. Makes sense, right? So on my recording sheet, I would write down that 9 rows of 6 is the same as 2 rows of 6 plus 7 rows of 6. Okay, that's how this works. This is called the distributive property, and it's a really important concept to begin to understand. And this is a really good way to understand it. Okay, if this doesn't make as much sense, that's okay. Just record what you've done. But this is the really important part. All right, boys and girls, have fun, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.